Hutchinson. I'm the Group Managing Director of UNGA Holdings Limited, which is a company headquartered in Kenya. Our main business is milling grain, both wheat and maize, and the production of animal feeds. We also have a business in Uganda, and we have a small partnership arrangement in Tanzania. Our HK journey started in 2012. We decided that we would take Hoshin Kanri and we would implement it right across the organization from the get-go. Until then, the senior level had been exposed to the terminology, to some of the methodologies, but all we'd done was to use it for policy planning and direction setting. At no time had we tried to deploy it through the organization, and certainly we'd never brought in the control dimension of it. And what I would say about RIB is they really take the time to understand our business. Yes, they had an advantage that they had worked with us before they formed their own company, but ever since then, year in and year out, they've really worked to understand our business, what makes our business tick, what doesn't tick. So as we've used them, we found them very flexible, very understanding. They're never locked in doing it their way. It's really trying to understand our perspective, what's troubling us. And as I look back over these last 3 days, what we did now is very different to what we did 5 years ago. Very, very different. The process we've used, every single year we find that RIB does things a little bit differently. They take the prior year's learnings and build on it. They recognize the challenge of the time it takes, the complexity of trying to roll it out across an organization of close to 500 individuals. Okay, thinking back, we've talked a little bit about the approaches, how long we've been doing, but the results, we've seen a real improvement in people's alignment with goals between functions understanding how to support each other, goals and processes being aligned with the business objectives. I would be the first to admit that it's not perfect. HK is just like any continual improvement approach. It requires continual review and continued upgrading to fit with the demands of the business going forward. But very much alignment, and certainly we've seen in many functions and overall across the company improved results in terms of being able to meet our key performance indicators and ultimately on the bottom line. And we found that the Hoshin Kanri process has been very, very instrumental in supporting that journey. Yeah, I think as I think about Hoshin Kanri and our journey with RIB Consulting, I'd like to say thank you very, very much indeed to Rohit. Rohit has been a personal inspiration to me, has allowed me to stay very committed to Hoshin Kanri as a process. It hasn't been easy for us to take it right through the organization. I think RIB will tell you that not many of us in this part of the world have been that brave from the get-go. So I'd say, Rohit, thank you very, very much for your patience, for your understanding. And then Srinivasan and Samir are the other two key consultants we've worked with, particularly at the deployment stage, a little bit on the policy setting. They've supported Rohit. But I think thank you to them very, very much indeed. They've worked incredibly long hours. They've been very patient. Obviously, it's a different culture, it's a different environment they're working in. And I would say thank you very much. I think to RIB Consulting, I'd say stay focused, be the best you can be at HK, because you, from what we've seen, you're a long way ahead in terms of how you implement and how you embed this in organizations in this part of the world. So I think they're very ahead of the game. There's really no one else that does this And I would say keep it up and good luck.